Salamun alikum to my sisters and brothers. Welcome to your channel of learning Quran and Arabic together, insha'Allah. My name is Zahida and I'm here to teach you some Arabic and also Quran Tajweed rules. Before going straight to the alphabets, there are some points that we should keep in mind about Arabic and also Arabic alphabets. First of all, Arabic has 28 letters. 28 letters. Also 14 symbols. These symbols function as vowel markers, and inshallah I will explain them all for you slowly. So there are 28 letters and 14 symbols, 14 other symbols. Second, we should always remember that Arabic is written and read from right to left. Exactly opposite side in English. That's quite very different from what we are used to in English, but Arabic is written from this side, right? Instead of here, it's from here. For example, if I write the English word book from here, I would write the Arabic from this side. Kitab. Kitab. Like that. It's exactly the opposite. Or for example, if I have the Arabic book, I would open it this side. It's not like English from left to right, it's exactly the opposite from right to left, from this side. And it's also read, when it's written from right to left, it's also read from right to left, right? For example, if I'm going to read this page, I would read it from here till the end, right? So this is about Arabic, and this is about everything written in Arabic, magazines, newspaper, all the books, they are written and read from right to left. So the third point we should remember in Arabic, that in Arabic we don't have separate writing, or we don't have separate word. All the writings are connected, or the letters actually are connected to each other. Just like the example I've written here, you see, in English, we write B-O-O-K separately, we can write in this way, but in Arabic, I can never separate these alphabets. For example, this, and this. You may not recognize them now because you're not still familiar to the alphabets, but inshallah once we get to the alphabets, you can just pick each single letter. So this is not right. We never write separate in Arabic. All the letters are joined and connected to each other, just like the example, kitab, I've written it here. Okay? So it's written from right and it's all connected. Another thing that inshallah I will explain it by details even more in our classes is that Arabic letters have 3 different shapes depending on where they come in the word. Is it at the beginning or in the middle or even at the end? So they appear in different shapes. For example, this is a letter in Arabic. This is a letter ba in Arabic. This, you may see this one just like that when it comes at the end, or like this when it comes in the beginning, or like that when it comes in the middle. I will explain them all, inshallah, slowly in our sessions. But you may know that they appear in different shapes, okay? So, let's get to the next point. The next point about Arabic language or Arabic text writing is that Arabic has 2 types of script. 2 types of script. One of them, as I show you in my book, okay, one of the writing is this one. You see, it's only the 28 letters that I have already mentioned. It's written from them with no vowels at all. If you see, it's more plain and simple. Nothing extra is there. It's just the alphabets. And another book that I would like to show you, it's our holy book. It's our Quran book. If you can see, there are a lot more up and down the letters, right? So inshallah, I will all explain you. You may not recognize them now because you're not still familiar, but I will inshallah explain them all to you. But you must know that we have two types of Arabic scripts. One of them is like our holy book Quran with all the details, and another one, just like the other book I showed, it was very plain, simple. The first script, the simple one, is for the native Arabic speakers because the Arabs, they know the words, the meanings, writing, right, reading, so they don't need so much vowels on top or down the letters. But the second book, just like our religious book, the Holy Quran that I just showed, we have so many, like signs or symbols up and down the words. That's because these vowels sometimes function as pronunciation purposes and sometimes as grammatical purposes to help non-native Arab readers or writers to read it correctly or to write it correctly or even for the purpose of pronunciation. So these vowels are there to help non-native Arab speakers. So let me point out some little information about the Arabic alphabets. That the Arabic alphabets, each letter has its own sound. We don't have any compound sound. We don't have any joining letters to make a new letter. Just like English, when we have, for example, S and H, we make it the sound sh, right? But this is not how in Arabic. In Arabic, each and single letter has its own sound. We don't have, and that's make it much easier to learn. And we don't have any compound letters in Arabic, so that's very easy. And about the alphabets, the pronunciation of Arabic, in Arabic language we use wider, like range of our throat, tongue, mouth, lip when we want to pronounce the letters. It's quite challenging at the beginning when you're learning the letters, but inshallah, if you just pay full attention to how we pronounce it in our lessons, then inshallah by practicing and by training your specific muscles there in your throat or in your mouth, tongue, then inshallah you will just pronounce them with less effort and you will pronounce them correctly. So that was a very basic information about the Arabic letter. I hope you enjoyed the information, and inshallah for the next lesson we go right to the alphabets. See you inshallah in the next video. Fi amanillah.